It takes a balanced childhood to build a leader that is a balanced leader. It takes a balanced childhood to build a leader that is a balanced leader.
Bonjour et bienvenue à l'Assemblée de la jeunesse africaine AYA 2021, un événement organisé par l'Association internationale des étudiants pour la paix, ASSEMBLÉIA. Donc l'événement AYA a mobilisé plus de 8000 personnes de 40 pays d'Afrique. Vous imaginez? Et cela pour une bonne cause. Car cet événement participe à l'édification de l'Afrique pour une Afrique plus digne, respectée et prospère. Mon nom, c'est Ingeson Nyonge Waleye et j'ai le plaisir de vous conduire dans cette session d'ouverture. Mais avant tout, j'ai l'honneur de reconnaître la présence de nos VIP. Nous avons ici présent le président international de IAYSP, M. Koji Masuda. Nous avons aussi la présence de Mme Mika Amalaman, la présidente de IAYSP au niveau de tout le continent africain. Et nous avons la présence de M. Yaovi Bachassi, le représentant résident de la commission de l'UOMOA. Merci infiniment de prendre de votre temps, de participer à ce programme. Merci beaucoup et votre présence est hautement appréciée. Bien sûr, je vois aussi la présence de tous les jeunes de par le monde. Je vois la jeunesse du Mali. Bonjour le Mali. Je vois aussi la jeunesse du Burkina Faso. Bonjour le Burkina Faso, j'espère que vous êtes bien assis pour débuter. Je vois aussi la présence de l'Afrique du Sud. Bonjour l'Afrique du Sud, j'espère que vous êtes bien assis aussi pour le décollage. Bonjour aussi, je vois aussi le Kenya. Merci beaucoup d'être présent aujourd'hui avec nous. J'espère que vous êtes très impatients pour commencer. Eh bien, allons-y, nous allons débuter. Nous allons débuter la session d'ouverture par un petit moment de méditation. Donc, offrons cette session à notre Créateur, quoi que vous l'appelez. Voilà, offrons cette session pour la réussite de l'événement AYA. Ensemble, avec nos frères et sœurs, avec nos parents, pensons aux artisans, aux militants de la paix, depuis lors jusqu'à présent. Offrons, joignez-vous à moi avec un cœur sincère et offrons une méditation. Allons-y pour la méditation Yujong. Merci beaucoup pour ce petit laps de temps où nous avons pu vraiment ressentir notre cœur d'amour pour notre nation, pour le continent et pour tout le monde entier. Je rappelle le thème de l'événement, l'engagement de la jeunesse africaine pour la prospérité et la santé planétaire. Donc cet événement, comme vous l'avez sans doute observé, se tient un 12 août. Vous allez sûrement vous demander, qu'est-ce qu'il y a un 12 août? Eh bien, le 12 août a été retenu pour célébrer la Journée internationale de la jeunesse. Eh bien, comme vous le savez, l'ONU renseigne qu'il s'agit d'une occasion pour les gouvernements et les autres acteurs d'attirer l'attention, de mettre en lumière de manière plus critique les problèmes des jeunes dans le monde entier. Mais au-delà de tout cela, nous pensons également que c'est l'opportunité pour souligner les prouesses de cette jeunesse à travers AYA 2021. Donc, cet événement se déroulera sur 3 jours. Elle commence aujourd'hui avec cette cérémonie d'ouverture et après-midi, nous aurons des projets de services pratiques sur tout le territoire africain. Demain, nous aurons la conférence du leadership et le dernier jour, le samedi, il y aura le festival de la jeunesse. Je voudrais sincèrement vous encourager à participer jusqu'à la fin, à vraiment davantage inviter vos amis, invitez-les pour que nous puissions partager ce moment, enfin, jusqu'à la fin. Merci beaucoup. Nous allons maintenant nous régaler avec une belle performance de la jeunesse de IAYSP du Ghana.
Adom wede wino benya so be dinikra betu ho maninya irasim wino benya Adom wede wino benya so be dinikra betu ho maninya area say why no be adom emona mesaka emona mekeka memo emona yema dinya adom emona mesaka emona mekeka memo emona yema dinya adom miwo yesu bo emona mesaka emona mekeka memo emona yema dinya Adom biwo Yesu mo emona mesaka emona mekeka memo emona yema dinya adom emona mesaka emona mekeka memo emona yema dinya adom emona mesaka emona mekeka memo emona yema
Waouh, 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 c'est vraiment une magnifique chanson. J'espère que vous êtes d'avis avec moi. Une magnifique chanson. Merci beaucoup de les acclamer, s'il vous plaît. Merci à la jeunesse de IAYSP Ghana. Maintenant, nous allons recevoir un VIP. Nous allons recevoir le secrétaire général de IAYSP de tout le continent africain. Il a travaillé en faisant des œuvres caritatives avec la jeunesse dans plusieurs nations d'Afrique, telles que la Côte d'Ivoire, le Sénégal, le Zimbabwe. Et depuis 2020, il exerce le rôle de secrétaire général de IAYSP dans tout le continent africain. Acclamons Monsieur Kenta Kishi, s'il vous plaît.
Okay, good morning, bonjour, bon dia, everyone. Distinguished guest, Mr. Yawobi Bachashi, the representative of YM Commission, and Mr. Matsuda, Koji Matsuda, president of IAYSP International, and Mrs. Mika Amaraman, president of IAYSP-África, and all youth in Africa, welcome. I was waiting for this day, and I hope you are also waiting for this day. My name is Kenta Kishi. I am IAYSP Secretary General of Africa. And yes, as MC said, this day is a special day. Which day? This is International Youth Day. So yeah, United Nations is always celebrating this day to promote, to encourage young people to work for the peace. And also IAYSP, in this year, we are going to celebrate this event at continental level. Until now, yeah, we have been celebrating this day, but this is the first time to celebrate at continental level from with all the youth from all across Africa. Can you imagine? There are more than 500 million youth in Africa. So this day must be very important day in Africa. And not only IAYSP, but also other organizations, like youth organization in Kenya, the university in Benin are also organizing in the venue. And we are all celebrating this day. So we have been discussing what we can do in this day. But yeah, we finally end up expanding this day, this celebration for 3 days. Not only this day, but today, as an opening ceremony, we are going to share the value of youth and the role on the responsibility of youth, centering on the theme. But not only this opening ceremony. In order to celebrate this day as a youth, we need action. So in the afternoon, we will have the service project. The further information will be given later. And tomorrow, will be also the awesome day. Tomorrow will be the African Youth Leadership Assembly. And then, yeah, all the youth leaders in Africa and also some VIPs will be sharing the visions and their passions so that we can really, I'm sure everyone can learn something through this event. And then the last day will be Youth Festival. So this day is really totally celebrating day. Even if you don't you think I'm not young, don't worry. Everyone is absolutely welcomed. As long as you have passion, you have vision, you are the youth. So don't miss everything. Please stay tuned, be excited, and let us really make a contribution towards the construction of peaceful Africa. So thank you very much, everyone. Welcome.
Merci beaucoup au secrétaire général. Nous allons l'applaudir, s'il vous plaît. Merci infiniment au secrétaire général. Eh bien, merci beaucoup, comme il a dit. Aujourd'hui, c'est la journée internationale de la jeunesse. Et bien sûr, Aya, c'est aussi pour encourager, comme le secrétaire général l'a dit, encourager les jeunes à travailler pour la paix. Si tu te sens dans cet environnement, dans cette atmosphère, si tu as cette passion, alors sois présent jusqu'à la fin de l'événement. Eh bien, là maintenant, nous nous demandons, mais qu'est-ce que IAYSP fait? Quels sont les objectifs de IAYSP? C'est quoi IAYSP? Ensemble, regardons une vidéo introductive de IAYSP.
An adventure full of hope and passion. Endless possibilities to achieve our dreams. Where your dreams begin, youth and students for peace. Join us on this adventure. In the 20th century, the age of material civilization, science and technology's swift advancement allowed extreme individualism to run rampant. Pornography, violence, free sex, and drugs dismantled the family. Youth were thrust into a cold and dark world. In the 21st century, we need a balanced approach, more public-mindedness, less destruction, and division. In 2015, the UN set 17 Sustainable Development Goals and is calling for global participation. What then is the key to harmonious and sustainable development? In 1976, Muhammad Yunus, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate from Bangladesh, developed the concept of microfinance. Microfinance has produced sustainable results. The concept has spread to 140 nations globally to alleviate poverty by providing loans to small social units and teaching collective responsibility. Well before this, Dr. Sun Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon applied this concept in their quest for world peace. They advocated the smallest unit, the family, is where world peace and happiness begins. The family is where we first learn to live for the sake of others. We are calling this concept micro-peace.
Peace begins in the family, specifically in the relationship of parents loving their children unconditionally and children developing the heart of filial love for their parents. Brought into society, this principle of living for others creates good character in citizens, patriots in nations, and saints in the world. But it all begins in the family.
The greatest peace sprouting from the smallest unit, one human family under God. In 2005, Father and Mother Moon launched UPF with a world tour emphasizing a new vision of peace. Night after night, city after city, visiting one nation per day, they taught that the family is not only the school of love, it is also the cornerstone of world peace. Beginning with the establishment of the Collegiate Association for the Research of the Principle in 1966. The many institutions they have founded convey a vision of peace and teach universal principles that strengthen marriage and the family.
When I was young, I took the Pure Love Pledge and it changed my life. From that day onwards, I was able to build my character and moral values. For the happiness and future of my students, I am continuing teaching Pure Love education at my school.
Father and Mother Moon have established more than 50 educational institutions around the world. MOUs have been signed and character education is being taught in thousands of schools on all continents and in all cultural spheres, East and West. After Father Moon passed away, Mother Moon carried out his intentions and established the Wonmo Pyongyang Scholarship Foundation, which supports the education of youth and students globally. The Sanok Peace Prize honors and supports heroes who are creating a culture of sustainable peace and are role models for future generations to look back on. On February 23, 2017, Mother Moon, the first international chairwoman of the Women's Federation of World Peace, launched Youth and Students for Peace.
위하여 사는 참 사랑을 실천하는 나눠줘도 더 부족함을 느끼고 더 나눠주고 싶고 이런 마음 자세 이런 환경을 만들어 가야 하는 너희들 앞에 책임이 있다.
With the support of Women's Federation for World Peace and the Universal Peace Federation, YSP is a rapidly growing global network of game changers.
เยาวชนและนักเรียนแห่งสันติภาพคือความหวังและอนาคตของโลกโดยผ่านความรักที่บริสุทธิ์และความกตัญญูจะเป็นจุดเริ่มต้นให้ความสุขและสันติภาพโลก
एउटा असल परिवार समाज समृद्ध राष्ट्र निर्माणको लागि युवा विद्यार्थी अवस्थाबाट नै सकारात्मक विचार उच्च भलाइ साँचो प्रेमको अभ्यास गर्न आवश्यक छ
À travers la Fédération des jeunes et des étudiants pour la paix, je travaillerai afin d'accomplir de grands rêves.
Youth and Students for Peace, YSP builds on the past and opens doors of hope for the young generation through academics, service, sports, international exchanges, universal character education, environmental responsibility, among other things. In Asia, Africa, Korea, Japan, the US, Central and South America, Europe and Oceania, YSP is becoming a wave of goodness sweeping the world today. The idea of one family under God is taking root and growing in the heart of people, young and old alike. Be a part of this global awakening. Let's create a new future working together. We can do it.
Merci beaucoup. Je pense que maintenant, nous avons compris la vision de IAYSP. Le mouvement de micro-peace, nous l'avons compris. C'est dans la famille que la paix commence, que l'amour commence. En tant qu'individu, ensuite citoyen d'une nation, citoyen du monde entier. Merci beaucoup. Merci pour cette belle vidéo. Maintenant, nous nous demandons, eh bien, vu qu'il y a IAYSP dans chaque nation, qu'est-ce que IAYSP fait dans chacune de nos nations? Regardons une courte vidéo des meilleures pratiques.
Bonjour, je suis Pangé Wilfred Diarra, président sous-régional de IAYSP sous-région du Nord. Notre sous-région est composée des pays suivants: la Côte d'Ivoire, le Mali, le Niger, le Sénégal, la Mauritanie, le Cap-Vert, le Burkina Faso, la Guinée-Conakry et la Guinée-Bissau.
Bonsoir à tous, je me nomme Kofi Kwame Rodrigue et je suis secrétaire général de IAYSP section Côte d'Ivoire. IAYSP est une association internationale de jeunes qui, par le biais de ses activités, contribue à l'instauration de la paix aussi bien en Afrique que dans le monde. Avec IAYSP, construisons un monde de paix.
Bonsoir, je me nomme Yomoun Dembélé et je suis président de IAYSP Mali. Nous, jeunes du Mali, sommes déterminés à contribuer à un monde de paix et unifié.
Nous avons une seule mission: former les jeunes à devenir des citoyens du monde. Créer une culture de paix. Nous faisons la promotion de l'éducation de caractère dans les établissements scolaires et universitaires. Nous pensons fermement que la jeunesse peut changer le monde.
Salut! Bonjour honorables invités et participants de AYA 2021. IAYSP venait vous souhaiter de passer des moments agréables et inoubliables. AYA 2021, service, formation, innovation. IAYSP, Sierra support African Youth Assembly.
Salut, nous sommes là pour le pouvoir AYA.
Mesdames et messieurs, chers honorables invités, chers jeunes et étudiants qui avaient accepté de prendre part à l'Assemblée de la jeunesse africaine édition 2021, nous vous souhaitons tous la bienvenue. C'est avec plaisir que je m'en vais vous présenter notre représentation au niveau de l'Afrique de l'Ouest que je préside. Au Nigeria, notre chapitre s'évertue à sensibiliser les jeunes et à les amener à prendre conscience des effets néfastes des substances psychotropes et en même temps à renforcer leur capacité dans divers domaines socio-professionnels. Au Libéria, en Sierra Leone, Nos chapitres s'évertuent à sensibiliser les jeunes et à former les jeunes sur le programme d'éducation du caractère. Au Ghana, le programme d'éducation du caractère également s'évertue et donne de plus en plus d'espoir aux jeunes. Au Bénin, le programme d'éducation du caractère s'évertue également. Et mieux, le IAYSP Bénin a initié en cette année le programme de la tournée d'éducation à la terre. C'est une tournée qui a permis d'impacter 13 000 jeunes et étudiants répartis dans 16 communes du Bénin, en 6 universités, instituts et écoles supérieures. Également, le IAYSP au niveau du Bénin s'illustre à travers le projet Découverte. Ce projet vise à préserver l'écosystème et également à encourager les jeunes à aller vers l'économie verte. Si chaque jeune par an pouvait planter un arbre, nous aurons 400 millions d'arbres par an plantés. Nous espérons que chacun de vous, chaque jeune ici présent, va pouvoir se joindre à nous pour que nous puissions ensemble lutter contre le réchauffement climatique. Je vous remercie et je souhaite à tous de très bonnes expériences à travers AYA.
Bonjour, nous sommes l'Association internationale de jeunes et étudiants pour la paix, ASSEMBLÉIA en sigle, et nous représentons l'Afrique centrale. Je suis Christian Onsumapon, le président sous-régional du ASSEMBLÉIA. En ce qui nous concerne, nous sommes présents dans toutes les nations de l'Afrique centrale et nous avons aujourd'hui l'honneur de vous présenter les différentes nations de l'Afrique centrale où les ASSEMBLÉIA œuvrent.
Bonjour, nous sommes membres de ASSEMBLÉIA et nous parlons de
Hello, we are members of IAYSP and we're joining from Cameroon. Thank you.
Please.
Bonjour, nous sommes les membres de AYSP et nous parlons depuis le Tchad.
Olá a todos, somos membros da IAYSP em Assembleia Príncipe.
Olá, nós somos Angola, estamos felizes por participar da Assembleia. Yes!
Notre vision est de former une famille globale de jeunes bâtisseurs d'un monde de paix à travers le verbe. Pour atteindre cette vision, nous organisons une série d'activités, entre autres l'éducation du caractère, un enseignement très riche adapté aux jeunes de tout âge. Chaque semaine, ces formations sont organisées dans des nations de notre sous-région par une équipe de jeunes ambitieux et déterminés à bâtir un monde de paix. Nous organisons aussi des projets de paix, une série d'activités qui met les jeunes au centre du développement de la communauté et surtout responsabilise les jeunes en aiguisant en eux l'esprit propriétaire. Il y a aussi le concours des synergies, le peace designer, la promotion des jeunes héros, qui sont en fait des jeunes qui ont décidé de faire la différence dans leur communauté.
Greetings everyone. My name is Mioga Molisho and I'm the IAYSP president of Sub-Region South, which consists of the following nations: Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, South Africa, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. And IAYSP is present in the following nations:
Everyone, my name is Sunda Mutewa, and on behalf of the IAYSP team here in Zambia, we are sending our warmest greetings throughout the continent. We'd like to invite every youth here in Africa, to come and attend the African Youth Assembly starting this Thursday. So we can't wait to see all you guys there. Thank you.
Hello to all youth across Africa. Welcome to the African Youth Assembly. My name is Tanya Kapita, and on behalf of IAYSP and the South African Youth, I'm sending you.
Good morning, Africa. I am Janine Chiwether, and I would like to welcome you on behalf of the Youth Federation of Namibia to YPS.
Hi, hello everyone. I would like to send my sincerest greetings to everyone and welcome to the African Youth Assembly. I am Mary from Lesotho. On behalf of Lesotho and YSP, I send my greetings.
Hi, we are members of IAYSP, joining you from Botswana. Thank you.
Hello, Africa. Bon dia, bonjour, sangonani, inalang, good day. My name is Bongan Tuna, IAYSP the second chapter. I'm very grateful to be part of IAM 2021. My message to the youth is to hold hands together and take care of our great planet Earth. We can do this together. Let's go.
Hello, youth of Africa. Welcome to IA 2021. I'm Dave Fury. On behalf of IAYSP Zimbabwe, I would like to say Tinoku Tendai, meaning thank you. Please enjoy.
Hello, my name is Pascal Wambo from Malawi. My message to the youth is we all have a personal responsibility towards building a world of peace and unity beyond race, religions, national boundaries, and all this starts with us uniting our minds and our bodies. Then can we unite with our families, with the people, the nation, and build a world of peace by centering on true love. Let's go.
IAYSP was created with the purpose of raising and educating young people into becoming responsible future leaders who can take care of not only themselves, but also the environment, while working towards building a unified world. To achieve this goal, IAYSP has created various activities and projects which can aid these young people into truly taking care of themselves and taking care of the environment and becoming responsible young people. Projects such as character education, which was designed for the purpose of educating our youth into becoming youth who can not only understand the importance of taking care of themselves, but also understand the importance of taking care of others around them and taking care of the environment. Projects such as peace designs and youth forum. Youth forum was created to have youth who has different ideas to come together and to share. And peace design project was created to have those ideas put into practice so that peaceful and sustainable environment can be created for the future generations. Peace design project has activities such as cleaning up the community, taking care of orphanages, taking care of old age homes, as well as tree planting, which is very important in today's society, seeing as pollution has taken over. We also have a synergy, which allow people with brilliant ideas who has come up with ideas and solutions to different problems facing the community to come together and to share it with the rest of the continent and the world. But this is how IAYSP is working toward engaging the youth and making sure that the youth do not engage in activities that are not beneficial to them, are not beneficial to their community, and are not beneficial to the future generation. Therefore, I would like to invite every one of you, be it individual, groups, VIPs, to join us in achieving this goal.
Hello everyone, this is IAYSP Sub-Region East of Africa. Here in Eastern Africa, IAYSP is present in Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, and Tanzania, and moving into the other countries very soon. First, let me introduce you to the national chapters of IAYSP.
Greetings, my fellow youth from the African continent. My name is Junior Juma, and I work with the Youth and Students for Peace, Kenya chapter. I'm so grateful and I'm thankful to be participating in the African Youth Assembly 2021, and my message to the youth is peace starts with me and peace starts with you. So let's do this together. Thank you.
Hi everyone. I'm Kezimira Hassan Titus, a leader for the International Section of Youth and Students for Peace Uganda. It's a great honor working with the youth, especially in a country where over 70% of the population are youth.
Hello, my name is Kiam.
And I'm Jason.
We're representing IAYSP in Rwanda. We're happy to be here. We believe in the power of the youth.
And together as the youth,
we can realize a world of peace.
Yeah!
Bye! Love you!
In Eastern Africa, IAYSP is a youth organization working to create harmonious and improved societies by raising young people to be people who can engage in productive activities for the community. IAYSP is a non-discriminatory organization and welcomes people from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, to join in on this noble cause. IAYSP works through various activities and programs to build the community and improve it for the future generations. We engage in activities including current education, through which we guide, educate, and raise young people to be better for themselves and for their societies at large. We also engage in youth discussion forums where the youth come together and discuss the current activities and the current issues that influence and affect them and seek to find sustainable solutions. We also engage in service projects through which we believe that theories and good ideas are best when they're put into action. So our service projects include tree planting, cleanup activities, and practical youth empowerment activities. These activities are activities through which we can put whatever we have in theory into action for a sustainable future for ourselves and our future generations. So I would like to encourage everyone, every youth, individual, group, organization to join IAYSP on this noble cause. I'm certain that everyone wants a happy life, a peaceful life, and this is what we do at IAYSP. This is what we want to create for ourselves and for future generations. Africa is the continent with the most youthful population, the continent with the most youthful energy. So I want to encourage all of us to let's use this energy and make the Africa, the bright, the new continent, the place to be for us and our future generations. Welcome to IAYSP. Thank you very much.
Merci, merci infiniment. Effectivement, en Afrique, nous sommes la jeunesse de la bravoure. Merci infiniment. Le saviez-vous qu'il y a des œuvres de paix qui se passent juste à côté de vos portes, chez vous, dans vos localités? Eh bien, si vous ne savez pas, contactez les personnes qui vous ont contacté. Essayez de joindre cette grande communauté, cette grande famille de la paix. Eh bien, je rappelle le thème de l'événement AYA, l'engagement de la jeunesse africaine pour la prospérité et la santé planétaire. Effectivement, il y a toujours eu des jeunes en première ligne du développement, des jeunes révolutionnaires pour la plupart des changements majeurs dans les sociétés. Je ne vous apprends rien de nouveau, la jeunesse est un atout qu'il convient d'impliquer dans des objectifs significatifs et même providentiels de ce monde. Basé sur ce thème, l'engagement de la jeunesse africaine pour la prospérité et la santé planétaire, nous avons l'honneur de recevoir 3 grands VIP au niveau Afrique et au niveau international. Nous allons débuter par M. Désiré Yaovi Bachassi, qui est le représentant résident de la commission de l'UEMOA au Bénin depuis mars 2020. Il est aussi de nationalité togolaise et est juriste spécialisé en droit des affaires et droit communautaire. Il est aussi titulaire d'un 2A, diplôme d'études approfondies en droit communautaire, option droit des affaires européen. Il a aussi un diplôme 2SE, diplôme d'études supérieures européennes, sciences juridiques et politiques. Il a aussi, waouh, il a tellement de diplômes, moi-même je suis impressionnée, un diplôme d'études supérieures spécialisées, un 2SS au droit des entreprises et droit économique international, option droit des entreprises. Il a aussi, en fin de compte, une maîtrise en droit des affaires. Waouh, waouh, waouh. Sur le plan professionnel, il totalise 22 ans d'expérience dans l'enseignement et la recherche, ainsi que dans la conception et la mise en œuvre des programmes et des projets de développement avec l'Union européenne, l'UE, et l'Union économique et monétaire ouest-africaine, l'UEMOA. Monsieur Désiré Yaovi Bachassi est aussi responsable d'une magnifique famille avec 2 adorables enfants. Merci d'accueillir Monsieur Yaovi Bachassi.
Bonjour, bonjour à tous. Merci à notre MC pour la magnifique présentation. Je suis donc Yaovi Bachassi et je suis le représentant résident de l'UEMOA au Bénin. J'ai été honoré par IAYSP de pouvoir parrainer cet événement à partir de Cotonou. Et donc, je voudrais vous faire mon mot introductif. Pour aujourd'hui, étant donné que je devrais aussi intervenir demain à l'université d'Abomey-Calavi à Cotonou. Est-ce que vous me suivez, vous m'entendez?
Oui, on vous entend.
Très bien. Donc, Monsieur le Président international de IAYSP, Madame la présidente de IAYSP-Afrique, Madame donc Malman, Monsieur le président sous-régional de IAYSP-Afrique de l'Ouest, je vous prie de recevoir mes chaleureuses salutations. Avant tout propos, permettez-moi aussi de reconnaître les efforts inlassables et le mérite des fondateurs, notre vrai maire, n'est-ce pas, Dr Hak Jahan Moon, et notre vrai père, Dr Samyang Moon, pour ces efforts qu'ils font non seulement pour l'ensemble de l'humanité, mais aussi pour la jeunesse qui occupe une place de choix, n'est-ce pas, dans tous ces efforts de développement, dans tous ces efforts pour la coprospérité au niveau mondial. Et véritablement, la jeunesse occupe une place de choix. Peut-être que pour compléter ma biographie, mon CV, j'ai connu, n'est-ce pas, les prédécesseurs à IAYSP, c'est-à-dire le CARP, et puis la Fédération des jeunes pour la paix mondiale. Est-ce que vous me recevez toujours? Il y a une coupure d'électricité ici.
Oui, Excellence, nous vous recevons.
Très bien.
Merci.
Donc, j'indiquais que j'ai connu le CARP, n'est-ce pas, le Comité académique pour la recherche des principes, ainsi que la Fédération des jeunes pour la paix mondiale, avant que le IAYSP ne soit créé. J'ai connu et travaillé avec ces organisations dans les années 1994 à 2000, aussi bien dans les universités à Lomé que à Ouagadougou au Burkina Faso. Je voudrais donc, avec plaisir, n'est-ce pas, contribuer autant que je peux, n'est-ce pas, à cet événement. C'est avec empressement et plaisir que j'ai accepté donc de m'impliquer, d'accompagner l'Assemblée de cette année, l'Assemblée de la jeunesse africaine. Je voudrais remercier à ce stade-ci les organisateurs pour avoir porté leur choix sur ma modeste personne, ainsi que sur l'organisation que je représente, l'Union économique et monétaire ouest-africaine. Honorables invités, mesdames et messieurs, chers jeunes, chers étudiants, notre continent, l'Afrique, aspire à la prospérité et à la paix comme tous les peuples du monde. Toutefois, vous ferez le constat avec moi que malgré ces énormes richesses naturelles, l'Afrique reste encore le continent le plus pauvre. Les États et les organisations interafricaines comme l'UEMOA, leurs partenaires au développement, font des efforts, n'est-ce pas, pour le développement de notre continent. L'Union africaine, par exemple, a élaboré et met en œuvre l'agenda 2063 en phase avec les objectifs de développement durable, les ODD de l'ONU. L'Afrique a sa population qui est très jeune, ça a déjà été rappelé, 400 millions de jeunes âgés de 15 à 35 ans. Une population aussi jeune exige un accroissement des investissements dans les facteurs de développement économique et social afin d'améliorer l'indice de développement des pays africains. Comme je l'indiquais tantôt, l'Union africaine a élaboré un certain nombre de programmes politiques pour le développement de la jeunesse au niveau africain, pour profiter, n'est-ce pas, de ce nombre très relativement élevé des jeunes sur le continent. Au-delà, disons, du programme élaboré en conformité avec les ODD, l'agenda donc 2063, l'Union africaine a élaboré ce qu'on appelle la Charte africaine de la jeunesse et le plan d'action de la décennie de la jeunesse, ainsi que la décision de Malabo sur l'autonomisation des jeunes, qui sont appliqués dans le cadre de divers programmes et projets. La Charte africaine de la jeunesse vise à protéger les jeunes contre la discrimination et leur garantit la liberté de circulation, de parole, d'association, de religion, de propriété et autres droits humains, tout en s'engageant à promouvoir leur participation, leur contribution au développement de la société. Le plan d'action de la décennie de la jeunesse s'articule autour de 5 grands domaines prioritaires, à savoir, premier domaine, premier secteur, éducation et développement des compétences. Deuxièmement, emploi et entrepreneuriat des jeunes. Troisièmement, la gouvernance, la paix et la sécurité. Quatrièmement, la santé des jeunes et droit en matière de la santé sexuelle et reproductive. Et enfin, cinquième domaine, l'agriculture, le changement climatique et l'environnement. Au niveau de l'Afrique de l'Ouest, les organisations ouest-africaines comme l'UEMOA accompagnent les efforts des États membres dans la formation des jeunes à travers certaines réformes, programmes et projets comme le système LMD, licence master doctorat au niveau de l'enseignement supérieur. La promotion également des centres d'excellence de formation et ainsi que l'octroi des bourses d'excellence aux étudiants les plus méritants. Comme vous le savez, l'UEMOA aussi met en place un marché commun et a ainsi instauré la libre circulation des personnes qui concerne aussi bien les jeunes que les étudiants. Si nous revenons au niveau national, le Bénin promeut, n'est-ce pas, la formation technique et professionnelle et actuellement des projets sont développés pour construire des centaines de lycées techniques et professionnels et former les enseignants. Tous ces efforts d'enseignement académique et professionnel ne suffisent toutefois pas à former des ressources humaines de qualité pour la prospérité de notre continent, l'Afrique. Ces efforts doivent être complétés par une éducation sur les règles morales et en responsabilité sociale. Il faut former la jeunesse, non seulement en savoir-faire, mais également en savoir-vivre, en leadership responsable et en bonne gouvernance. Pour citer un éducateur, Thomas Likona, l'éducation doit avoir 2 objectifs. Aider les jeunes à devenir intelligents et à devenir bons. Je viens de citer là. C'est pourquoi les initiatives des organisations comme la vôtre, IAYSP, qui visent la formation des jeunes en leadership responsable et en bonne gouvernance, sont à saluer et à encourager. Pour l'Assemblée de cette année, l'engagement de la jeunesse africaine pour la prospérité et la santé planétaire, tel est le thème de toutes les activités et ateliers qui vont meubler l'Assemblée de la jeunesse africaine 2021. Je reste confiant que ces activités apporteront espoir et orientation à tous les jeunes qui prendront part à cette assemblée. Je vous exhorte, pour rappeler la citation que je viens de faire, à devenir des jeunes Africains intelligents, compétents et bons, un pilier pour le développement du continent africain. C'est sur cette exhortation que je souhaite plein succès à l'Assemblée de la jeunesse africaine, édition 2021, une bonne célébration de la Journée internationale de la jeunesse. Je vous remercie de votre aimable attention.
Merci beaucoup à l'excellence. Merci beaucoup pour son message. Comme il a dit, aider les jeunes à devenir intelligents et devenir bons. L'intelligence et la bonté. Merci infiniment. Nous avons retenu quelque chose de grand par ce message. Nous allons passer maintenant à une héroïne. Nous l'appelons l'héroïne africaine de IAYSP. Donc, c'est la présidente de l'Association internationale des jeunes et étudiants pour la paix, IAYSP, de tout le continent africain. Elle est née au Mali, elle est diplômée de l'université Tasmanie avec une licence en arts et commerce, avec une spécialisation en relations internationales, sociologie et gestion des ressources humaines en 2007. Après avoir travaillé dans la gestion des ressources humaines pendant 2 ans, elle a poursuivi sa carrière dans le domaine de la jeunesse et elle est devenue chef d'équipe pour plusieurs équipes de jeunes volontaires et projets dans la région de l'Océanie. En 2013, elle a poursuivi son master en théologie à l'université Suna Graduate, dont elle est sortie diplômée en 2017. Depuis l'obtention de son diplôme, elle est active en tant que coordinatrice de jeunes en Australie et dans les îles d'Océanie, et elle a pris la responsabilité d'organiser et de soutenir plusieurs événements de jeunesse locaux et internationaux. C'est justement pour cela qu'elle est ici présente avec nous. Merci beaucoup d'ovationner Madame Mika Amalamon.
Thank you very much, our MC, for such a warm welcoming and for engaging us all in this very youthful event that we are holding today. I would like to really greet our international president of IAYSP, Mr. Koji Matsuda, and also our former panelist who just was before me, Mr. Bashashi, who really gave a great sharing in terms of the importance of the youth, especially in relation to the fact that we are the pillars to the future. So I was very grateful to hear your message. But this day actually is for all of the youth of Africa and the world. So I'm so grateful that we can have you all here. I can see through the Zoom, we've got people from all different parts of the southern, eastern region, as well as central. And I know also you are all connecting through the YouTube platform as well. So I'm really so happy that we can have this event together as one region. So I hope you're excited. Are you excited? I hope you are, because this day is for you. It's to celebrate the youth. It's to celebrate the voices of the youth. And we are beginning this opening ceremony to really kickstart this time of the IR 2021, which will be over the 3 days. So there's going to be more to see. Don't worry. I know that sometimes listening only to speeches can be a bit challenging. But we are here to also convey the message that we hope we can really instill in all of us to really create a greater future for our region. So thank you again. I will be giving my talk with a PowerPoint presentation. So I'll be sharing my screen in order to do that. I hope also I can engage you all in this presentation, because I feel we all are needed to understand our role as young people and what it is that we can do in our region. So I'm going to be talking on the topic, the period of our youth. So before starting and going into deeply, I would like to actually convey or engage the audience here on Zoom, and those of you who are not on Zoom and perhaps in the YouTube and also in the venues across the region, I would like you to think about, just to stop and think, right? And of when it comes to the word youth, right? Jeunesse in French, I forgot in Portuguese. But when it comes to the word youth, what is the three positive words that come to your mind? Like, it doesn't have to be something you think about deeply, but just what comes to your mind, right? Because we talk about youth a lot, and we talk about the importance of this period. So what is it that is positive? Why is it that the youth are considered, the youthful period is considered an important period? So what comes to your mind? I would like you to think about it and even write it down on the chat if you're on Zoom. And those of you who are on YouTube, you can also say on the chat. Oh, okay, I see passion here, right? Passion, of course. We know that the youth have a lot of passion that we give. The future, that's right. We see when we talk about the youth, we talk about the future a lot of the time because of the young age. So we are going to be in the world and to promote the future. Hope, right? Hope comes up. Determination, I can see here, and prosperity. So yes, we know that there are a lot of words, positive words when it comes to youth. In fact, so many. And that's why we're holding this day as well to recognize the importance of the youth period. So for me, thank you for all of those who participated, by the way. We have another question period as well. But for me, when I asked this question, I came up with this. So some of you have already mentioned it. Energetic. Basically, I feel young people are energetic. In fact, sometimes I think I'm becoming less young because I feel like I'm becoming less energetic. So it's a reality that, we see, we can, jump high. We're not so worried about, the risk in a way. Sometimes we just push forward and use our body. So this is very clear. And you see it, of course, from the younger age. I see it in my children. They're just so energetic. I sometimes wonder where they get all that energy from. And this is very much a period of the youth we can say is a very valuable period. Another thing is creativity. I feel that we are so creative. The young people, we see things differently. I think as you grow old, I think it's the kind of the time in our life where we are absorbing everything around us and starting to make sense of the world. And so it's a period of time where we look at things a little bit differently from maybe those who have already walked a path of the life and maybe kind of focused in their own way. And it's not a bad thing, right? But it's just that this period is a time where we can start to really see a lot of new ideas, new ways of doing things that can really make an impact. So this is very true. Creativity for me was a very clear point that comes up. And another point is fun. I feel, like when you come to any event and you say it's for the youth, I think we all want to consider that it's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun. Because that's the kind of the people who we are, the kind of the spirit that we take in. So I feel that this is, these words and these themes, the youthful period really brings out a lot of hope, energy, creativity, passion, as you've mentioned, and really shares kind of this a common period where we really can grow and connect with each other. So this is something that I felt when it comes to the youth. But at the same time, I want you to also now stop and think for a little bit more about what comes to your mind when you think of youth. What negative things come to your mind? Because I think we have to admit, right, we can't always be so positive, like say, okay, we're the youth, the hope of the future, but actually we see that there's a lot of challenges actually in the time of the youth as well. So I want you all to start thinking about what are the things that you think when you think of the youthful period. What are the challenges? What are the negative aspects that you see kind of hitting on us in this time? So I would also like you to put that on the chat if you can, because I really want this to be a bit more engaging than just me speaking, because I feel we are here together, not just one way, but together to really learn and understand what it is that we can do as the young of the youth of Africa. Okay, impulsio. That I believe, is that impulsion? Okay, immature. Okay, yes. Lack of proper education in Africa. Yes, I guess, yes, this is something that is some result. Sometimes selfish. That's true. Wow, there's a lot coming out. Lazy. lazy. Yeah, so there's a lot of things, right, that we also can see in the young people. I'm sure maybe even the elderly can see more so than maybe we, when we look at the youth of, then they kind of can see us as wanting us to be able to do more, but maybe we're not, into that way, or a bit lazy or stubborn, right? Confused, that's a good one. Yeah. So basically, I also want to share, all those words. I think we can come, if we all went through all of the words that everyone's mentioning, even on the YouTube, I'm sure we'll come up with many things. But basically for me, what came up for me was distracted. I feel, even just going back to like thinking about my younger age, I feel like I was distracted easily. I was very influenced by anything kind of in the environment. And then if I look now even at my children, by the way, they're only 2 years old, but 2 and 1. But I still feel like that's the younger you are, the more distracted you are. And so I really feel like this aspect of, we're easily influenced and by the environment is sometimes can be a bit challenging, especially in an environment that isn't really there for us or not really giving us the right proper guidance. I also feel we're very self-absorbed. I changed actually from self-centered because I realized that, okay, self-centered can just think, okay, you're just wanting to think about yourself because that's just who you are. But self-absorbed is not necessarily too negative. It's just the period that you're in where you're kind of just focusing on yourself a lot more than thinking of others. And it's a period of transition, I think, from focusing on only you, right? As a baby, you just don't care about anything else but you and what you need. As you grow, you start to lose a little bit of that. But in the teenage age, youthful period, actually there's that sense that it's still there. And then ideally you're supposed to overcome that and grow out of that. But sometimes I think depending on your environment, you can still remain in that kind of thinking. And then another thing is stubborn. I feel that we're very stubborn, very kind of focused on what we think is right, even sometimes at the expense of, what our parents think. But sometimes also that in itself is not necessarily bad if you're stubborn for good, right? But, because we're still growing, we're still developing, we're still trying to figure out what the world is, what is right, what is wrong. And so there's a period of time where we're kind of very assertive about what we think. And that also can be a negative if we don't recognize the need also to learn and to grow in this time. So basically, yes, this is the words that come up when we say youth. And I really feel like we talk a lot about the importance of the youth, but I want to, in this talk today, I really want to go into, kind of the challenge also of being in the youth, and the fact that it's not always the great or the hope that we want the youth to be. We sometimes are not like that, or we see that even though there's this big desire for us to be the hope of the world, we may feel even that as a burden because we can see the environment not allowing us to really do more, and even ourselves feeling limited. And especially in this time of, different issues around the world, I think we are very restricted at the same time. So I want to really share that we can be the hope, of course, but I think also the age of the youth is a period of time where we're still searching for our identity. And in that sense, we're still looking for what is the right way to go? Where should I go, right? So we can't be hopeful when we're still in that stage, right? We're kind of, people are looking at us for hope, yet we're still in this stage of figuring out who we are. Then, of course, we may, kind of fall in this, what I call the irony of, yes, it's the youth, the hopeful time, but it's also a time where we're still trying to figure out our identity, and we can be confused. And this is where it's actually a very crucial time to develop a sense of, who you are. And because if you develop that sense of who you are, centering on the environment that is not really, there for you, you might be, we might be creating a generation of youth that are not really going to be able to be much hope for the future. So this is what we need to consider. So I really think also it's a period also that we often undervalue the importance when we're in it. I think like when I put this sunset here, or sunrise actually, because my grandmother used to say to me, because I used to sleep until like 12 p.m. midday if I could, and sleep in. And I remember my grandmother at that time would say, oh, you're missing the best part of the day, you know? And I was thinking, oh, it doesn't really matter. What's the best part of the day? It can be any time, right? And so she was expressing the morning as being the best part of the day. So for me, this was something I just undervalued the importance of the day even, or the importance of the time. My time, who cares? So it's a way, I think we undervalue it until later when we're older, where we come to say, wow, I could have done much more in my day, right? I could have done much more in my youth period to really have more impact. So it's an undervalued period, especially when you're in it. And so we are very much kind of in this state of sometimes a dilemma of saying, yes, we're the future, we're the hope. But then if we're confused, if we're not really that focused on who, you know, not sure about who we are, we can find that it's actually a burden to say we're the hope. So actually our mother of peace, actually, the founder of IAYSP, she has written a book, and in the book she mentions about the youth, and she says, the years of our youth are the best time to dedicate ourselves to exciting goals that make our hearts beat faster. Since our youth is brief, it is important to do this without delay. However, she said, as her and her husband, Father Moon, were traveling, they were deeply saddened to see that young people buried in a bleak reality, giving up on their dreams and wandering aimlessly without goals. We saw others who were setting lofty goals but could not accomplish them by themselves. Also in the book of our Father Moon, so Reverend Sun Myung Moon, he also gives a very good explanation of also the importance of the youth. And he says it's difficult to find young people today who are passionate about their lives. We find so many young people who, with no goal or purpose for their life, are just wandering around. So all great leaders in history had a definite sense of purpose in life from the time they were children. From childhood, they nurtured that purpose, held within their hearts, and exerted great energy to achieve it. So whether they were sleeping or playing with their friends, every youthful action of these great leaders was geared toward preparing for the stage that they would stand on in the future. And then he goes on to say, are you, or is that how you are living your life? So I want to ask yourself that. Is that how we are living our life as young people? Are we living with a purpose? Are we living already knowing our destination? Maybe for some, you are. Maybe for some, still thinking, trying to figure out. For me, to be honest, I didn't actually figure that out until after university. I was just going with the flow, following what the environment was telling me, what society was telling me as a normal way of life, make money, go to school, enjoy life. And but I came to a point where I recognized, why am I doing it? What's the whole point of this life, right? Because I started to see I could do things, but maybe where am I heading? So the purpose is important. And this is the question we have to ask ourselves. And to know that also, we have to recognize, where are we going? We need to see the vision. We need to have a vision, the destination that we would like to be walking towards. If we don't, other people will make it for you, and you just follow that and not necessarily be good for what you need. So when you have a vision, you have kind of a destination. You also have then the idea of what you need to get there, what effort you need to get there. So you're starting at the line, and you know the destination, and you have to work hard. You have to run fast to get to that destination. So you have a clear idea. Your direction becomes clearer, right? You're not mixed here and there because of what people say is good for you. No, this is where I'm going. This is my destination. I'm going to get there. And you have a straight path to get there. You also know that even though you will face hurdles along the way, you will face challenges. There is no doubt. Even with a vision, a clear vision, you will face challenges. However, what you'll come to realize, because you have a vision, because you have a destination, those challenges are not obstacles. They are building blocks, knowing that if you just jump over them, you'll get closer to your goal. So you will start to see all the challenges and obstacles in your life to not be so anymore, but just ways to get you closer, because as soon as you overcome them, which you can, you will be able to get to your goal. So really, what does vision bring? It gives purpose, it gives direction, it drives passion, and it allows us to overcome barriers that we may face. However, just vision alone is not actually enough. What I came to recognize also is the importance of why. We can have vision and just follow the crowd. However, if you don't understand why you are doing it, if you don't understand why of the vision, why is it that we want to build a better Africa? Why is it that we want to build a better world? If we don't understand that, we will always fall short in some way when something comes up and stops us. So this is actually a book from Simon Sinek. He writes about this, he's a book called Start With Why. And he said, it's not about what people do that makes them successful, but it's about why they do it. So if you have a clear why, that will take you over and above other people who don't have a clear why. So the why of my existence is actually the first question you need to ask. And the why of my life goals. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to do it? Am I just going to do it? I want to get rich so I can have a lot of money, but for what? Right? Am I going to be a successful doctor just so I can have success and power? Right? Is that the only why? No. So there's going to be a difference in how you will be, even if you attain the same goal or occupation, if you don't have a clear why. So without the why, even the vision becomes blurry. Without the why, even the destination becomes not clear. So your existence, right, did not come from yourself. So your why should not be from yourself, and it should not be for yourself. This is what I really feel. The why is not something you can get by saying, oh, I want to do this because I want to get money, or I want to be successful, or I want to have power. I want to become a doctor because I want to save and support the world, the people of the world. I want to become a soccer player so I can, promote my country and show, the passion of the youth through this. I want to do it not because of myself, but because of others, because my existence never came from just me. So if you are going to be a farmer, then you should set your objective to test new agriculture methods, develop better species of crops, and help eradicate world hunger. This is actually from the book of our Father Moon, the autobiography. He also says, if you are going to be a soccer player, then set a meaningful objective, such as to heighten your country's image in the world, or to establish soccer camps that will nurture the dreams of economically deprived children. So through having a clear why that is focused on the other more than yourself, you can overcome the challenges that will be faced when you pursue that goal and that vision. So this is the question I want to ask all of us. What kind of Africa do we want to co-create? I say co-create because we didn't create Africa, right? We didn't create Africa, we didn't create ourselves. So we have to recognize we are co-creators in our development and our creation and building a better Africa. We will be, and so to co-create, we need to understand first, I believe, where we all came from, right? So also, what generation of youth are we going to be, right? Are we going to be the ones who make it or break it? Because actually it does depend on us. And the way the youth are going in today's society, I think we could actually not be the hope of the future, but we could actually make a big mess. That's actually how crucial this period is. We have it in our hands, but if we don't take it seriously, we may actually break it. We may lose the creation, the way we may leave a worse place for our generation. So we need to be the ones who make it. Are we going to be the ones who make it? Please, I hope you say yes. Not for ourselves, right? Not just for you, not just for me, but for our parents, for our brothers and our sisters, for our children, and for our planet. We need to think first and foremost of others and how we're going to do it for others before we think of ourselves. And I want to end with this African proverb that I feel really expresses also the importance of working together with our parents. And the fact that we need to, the family, the structure of the family for me is not that just the youth, okay, now we're young, we're the ones who have energy, we're the ones who have vision, we can just keep going. If we don't return back, if we don't connect back to where we come from, then we may be going, but not in the right way. So this quote for me really emphasizes this. The youth walk faster, but the elderly know the road. So together we can get there, together we can achieve it. And I truly believe we can create the one united Africa, the one family, the one Africa together with all of you. So I am so grateful that we can share this time together. I believe there's more in store for us in this period. So please invite your friends. Let us really enjoy these 3 days and celebrate these 3 days. But at the same time, I want everyone to ask yourself, what is my why? And recognize that your why should not come from yourself, but come first from how is my life going to impact the people around me. So again, thank you very much. See you soon.
Wow, merci beaucoup, merci beaucoup. Merci infiniment à la présidente régionale Afrique de ASSEMBLÉA. Je pense que nous avons retenu beaucoup de choses. Nous avons appris des choses que même pour 5 ans, nous n'aurons pas appris cela. Je pense que vraiment, nous avons compris beaucoup le message. Merci infiniment. Nous sommes des jeunes qui devons construire et non détruire. Nous devons être l'espoir de demain. Merci beaucoup pour ce beau message. Acclamons encore une fois la présidente ASSEMBLÉA, s'il vous plaît. Eh bien, nous avons survolé au niveau de l'UEMOA, l'UE, nous avons survolé aussi ASSEMBLÉA-Afrique. Maintenant, nous passons au niveau international. Nous allons présenter le président international de l'Association des jeunes et étudiants pour la paix, ASSEMBLÉA. Donc, est-ce que vous comprenez un peu? Le président international, président de l'ASSEMBLÉA de l'Inde, de l'ASSEMBLÉA du Japon, de l'ASSEMBLÉA de Corée, qui est ici avec nous. Là, c'est une trop grande chance que nous avons aujourd'hui de le recevoir. Eh bien, le président, M. Koji Matsuda, est né à Hiroshima, au Japon, en 1965. Il est diplômé de l'université d'Hiroshima, département de psychologie éducative, et a obtenu une maîtrise au séminaire théologie de l'unification dans l'État de New York. Il s'est aussi engagé dans des projets de services publics et des programmes éducationnels au Brésil de 1996 à 2001. Il a lancé et géré des projets de services publics et des programmes d'éducation de caractère pour les jeunes dans 12 pays. Il a aussi organisé le Camp mondial de la jeunesse avec des jeunes de 25 pays et le Festival de la jeunesse pour la paix avec 40 000 personnes à Sao Tomé et Principe en Afrique en 2019. Il parle 4 langues. Waouh! 4 langues et il est aussi père de 4 adorables enfants. Accueillons M. Koji Matsuda, s'il vous plaît.
Let me share my screen. Can you see?
Yes.
Oui, nous pouvons
okay.
le voir.
Distinguished guest, Mr. Yawobi Bachasi, representative of the YM Commission, youth leaders, youth and students in Africa. Good morning, bonjour, bon dia. Thank you for inviting me to speak at the African Youth Assembly. I'm so happy and excited to join this program and appreciate the president of YSP-África, Mrs. Mika Kamala Amalaman, and YSP leaders organizing this assembly on the UN International Youth Day. Happy International Youth Day. I'm very grateful to African youth and students who are joining us in this program. I'm Japanese and speak Japanese English, Janglish, but I hope you can understand. I'm from Hiroshima. My grandfather was a survivor victim of the atomic bomb. Because he could survive, I'm here to speak today. I have been thinking about ways to create peace since my childhood, even more because I grew up in Hiroshima. When I was 18 years old, I met this movement, this peace movement that was promoted by Dr. Sam Myo-moon and Dr. Hak Ja-moon, I got clear answers and I felt inspired by the vision and the ideas of this movement and all its activities for peace. YSP has 48 national chapters all around the world. 1/3 of the chapters are in Africa. Dr. Hak Ja-moon, known as the Mother of Peace, and Mother Moon, founded YSP to empower many youth to become the lights of the world, who can contribute to the societies, nation, and the world. She said that young people have the keys to the sustainable development of a nation. Especially, she loves African people and African youth so much with mother's heart. In 2018, 2019, she visited Senegal, South Africa, Zimbabwe, São Tomé and Príncipe, Niger, and Tanzania, and gave peace message and blessed many people there. When she visited Gore Island in Senegal, a historical slave traffic place, she prayed with tears to liberate the heart of African people who had suffered and donated the boat for the people in the island to use for medical and emergencies. The UN International Youth Day gives an opportunity to celebrate and mainstream young people's voice, actions, and initiatives. It also mainstreams their meaningful, universal, and equitable engagement. The UN has long recognized that young people are a vital human resource for development and key agents for social change, economic growth, and technological innovation. But many young people do not have a sense of being crucial agents for social change and development. Governments and religious groups are also facing difficulties regarding how to teach young people, even though they know the importance of young people. I respect the Honorable Nelson Mandela so much, especially his efforts for reconciliation beyond race. I read an article with a survey that said Mandela is the most influential person for youth in Africa. Quotes of Honorable Mandela, such as education is the most powerful weapon, which you can use to change the world. No country can really develop unless its students are educated. Emphasize how education for youth and students is the key to the development of a nation and the rise of Africa. Recently, I watched one video explaining the potential of Africa in 2030. In this program, the speaker was using the book of Mauro Guillen, a Spanish-American sociologist, a professor at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. Dr. Guillen analyzed the increasing rate of population and forecast that Africa will become an influential continent in the world in 2030, more than China. 1/3 of the children population in the world will become African. This fact is of great hope for African people in these 10 to 20 years. Do you know that the Japanese and Korean populations started to decrease? If African youth have a good mindset and vision, Africa will develop more and more. Today is the UN International Youth Day, and the theme of the assembly is African Youth Engagement for Prosperity and Planetary Health. I now would like to speak about YSP international activities based on this theme. The vision of YSP is a global family of young people building a world of peace with true love. The meaning behind this is to create one global family under God, beyond nationality, race, and religion. If the whole of humanity has this same vision, we could stop wars and solve racial conflicts. The mission of YSP is to advance world peace by empowering youth and students to become global citizens through character education and peace projects supporting the UN SDGs. The initials of the YSP core values spell the word RISE: responsibility, integrity, service, and empathy. To become good leaders and global citizens, we emphasize the practice of these values through our programs. We, YSP, are promoting programs to empower youth and students where they create projects to support SDGs and solve problems that affect the community in the Peace Designer Seminar. I want to introduce several projects by YSP members. For example, in the pandemic of COVID-19 in Korea, youth and students organized projects to prevent epidemic activity in the town. They also created several projects to educate youth in Korea about the necessity for the reunification of the Korean peninsula. In Japan, 95 local service projects were organized by YSP members. YSP USA focuses on promoting climate action and environmental protection. For that reason, they did activities such as the cleanup project in the Pacific River in New Jersey, Maryland, and Las Vegas. In Indonesia, young Japanese people planted more than 5,500 trees in an area with no trees or grass. This picture was 2008, and 12 years have passed. Since then, now the environment has changed considerably. In Afghanistan, Paraguay, Cambodia, Benin, Philippines, each chapter of YSP is promoting the tree planting projects and campaign. The Philippine YSP is developing the 1 billion tree planting campaign started by the government. They are working with local governments and the National Youth Organization. Tree planting projects by youth are good example programs for planetary health. YSP promotes synergy as presentation contest by introducing students' thoughts and solutions about a specific problem they find in society. We hold the International Synergy in April this year. In that event, presenters gave delightful presentation about their projects for supporting SDGs. Especially in Africa, YSP is spreading to 18 countries. When I met the Prime Minister of São Tomé and Príncipe in 2019, he showed an interest in our programs of character education and service learning. He suggested organizing a summer camp for students because there are no good programs for students in summer vacation. I decided to stay in São Tomé for 3 months, working with the government and young people. YSP held educational and community service programs jointly organized with the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Youth and Sports. 6 global youth camps were set up across the island. 170 local youth and 55 international youth volunteers from 25 nations were involved in this camp, which lasted 10 days. Mother Moon supported this program. During those 10 days, 5 schools and 2 community water points were renovated. Also, 1 school and 5 community toilets were built. The schedule also included character education, intercultural exchanges, and peace designer program and public speaking contest. After the event, local students were excited to become YSP members and contribute to society, and they created YSP clubs in 12 high schools and 2 colleges. They had an unforgettable, life-changing experience in that camp by practicing the core value of YSP, which are service and living for the sake of others. Around 100 local students who participated in the camp mobilized more than 20,000 youth in the country for the Youth Festival for Peace, organized by YSP and the government of São Tomé, and 40,000 people participate in the festival with national TV broadcasting all the programs. Prime Minister and ministers were so happy and the festival, so happy to see the results of the youth camp and the festival. One of the ministers said that it was the historical and most impressive youth event in São Tomé. I could have the firm view that youth in Africa have the power to influence people and nations if they have a clear vision and goal. We implemented the programs organized in São Tomé in other countries such as Palau and the Philippines in partnership with the government, and we will expand them to other countries. In Benin, 12,500 high school students received a character education program, and 800 professors received training to teach character education in 2019. This year, YSP Benin, partnering with the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research, held a peace education tour in 36 universities and institutes and 27 secondary high schools, and more than 13,000 students received education for peace. In Benin, Nigeria, Niger, and several countries, terrorists are recruiting youth and students, and youth are getting involved in violent movements. YSP is approaching young people about ways to create peace from within family and community with love and service. Many teachers and students of the schools appreciated the peace education program. I hope YSP leaders and members would promote and expand such programs for youth in your country to show the vision and hope. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask you can do for your country. These are famous words by President Kennedy. As I visited several nations, I have the feeling that the vitality and public mindset of youth can make the future of a nation. I believe YSP can empower youth and students in Africa through our character education, service projects, and peace designer programs. You can learn how to grow your personality and develop a relationship filled with love and contribute to the society. Then you can become a good global citizen and create a happy family. I hope many countries in Africa can support students to found YSP clubs in each high school and college and implement character education programs in the schools. Then students can initiate many service projects. These actions will lead to the progress of the culture of the nation and become peaceful. To end my speech, I will quote the message of peacemakers. Mahatma Gandhi said, "If you want to change the world, you should be a person starting that change." Mother Moon said in her autobiography, "Those who have a challenging spirit are true youth. Public goal setting can overcome the difficulties and temptation for youth. Everything starts with me. A challenging spirit and setting a public goal are principle for youth. African youth engagement is very crucial for prosperity and planetary health in these 10 to 20 years. If you want to join an international youth movement, wanting to do something that creates your projects for peace and contribute to the community and the development of Africa, please join YSP. I hope this assembly will be a fine start for African youth to learn from specialists, have the service experience, and form a network beyond the nations. Let us work together and cooperate with each other to build a more peaceful nation a peaceful Africa, and a world of peace. May God bless you. Thank you for listening. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado.
Merci beaucoup au président Koji Matsuda. Merci beaucoup pour ces messages, comme cela a été dit. Merci infiniment. Vraiment, vraiment beaucoup d'acclamations parce que nous avons écouté des messages vraiment stimulants. Comme cela a été dit, ceux qui ont un esprit de challenge sont la vraie jeunesse. J'espère que nous sommes tous de vrais jeunes. Nous avons tous cet esprit de challenge. Nous ne devons pas demander ce que le pays ou notre nation doit faire pour nous, mais qu'est-ce que nous pouvons apporter à notre nation. Comme nous avons vu dans le message de M. Koji Matsuda, son excellence, il a parlé en 10 jours seulement à Sao Tomé. Ils ont construit des écoles, ils ont rénové des écoles et beaucoup de choses en seulement 10 jours. Qu'est-ce que nous pouvons faire aujourd'hui, en quelques heures, juste après cette session d'ouverture? Qu'est-ce que nous pouvons faire à 14 heures pour le service de projet? Comment est-ce que nous pouvons aborder ce projet? Appelons nos amis, invitons nos amis de par le monde. Appelons-les, disons-leur qu'aujourd'hui, c'est leur journée, c'est leur célébration. Et qu'est-ce qu'ils peuvent apporter dans leur nation? Merci infiniment. Notre session d'ouverture tire à sa fin. Comme cela a été dit, l'après-midi à 14 heures, nous avons une session, donc un service de projet dans chaque nation. Après cela, nous allons nous retrouver aussi demain à la même heure, à 10 heures, pour parler à travers 3 sessions. La première session portera sur comment former de bons leaders pour l'Afrique, l'éducation du caractère et la construction de la paix. La deuxième session portera sur la résolution des conflits en Afrique, donc les perspectives des valeurs familiales et interculturelles. Et la troisième session portera sur la résolution des conflits en Afrique et la troisième session portera sur le changement climatique mondial, crise sanitaire et alimentaire, donner aux jeunes les moyens de mener des actions innovantes. J'espère que demain, on sera tous là. Et après-demain, l'événement se terminera avec le Festival de la jeunesse. Nous allons accueillir le coordinateur général des projets de service, qui est aussi le président de ASSEMBLÉIA sous région Nord, qui va nous donner de hommes informations en ce qui concerne les projets de service de cet après-midi. Merci d'accueillir M. Pongil Diarra. Excusez, M. Pongil, on ne vous entend pas.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Zessou. J'espère que vous me recevez bien. Permettez-moi, avant tout propos, de saluer la présence du président international de International Association of Youth and Students for Peace, de la présidente régionale, ainsi que notre VIP représentant de l'UEMOA. Bonjour à toute la jeunesse à travers tous les pays d'Afrique qui participent aujourd'hui à ce rassemblement. Nous venons d'inaugurer merveilleusement ce rassemblement africain de la jeunesse. Nous allons donc annoncer la prochaine étape, la suite du programme. Cet après-midi, nous aurons au programme le projet de service communautaire qui sera réalisé simultanément dans plusieurs pays de par le continent. Ce programme est nommé « Serre et sauve la planète ». Nous parlons de la paix, de la prospérité et de la santé planétaire. Alors, nous, la jeunesse de IAYSP, nous sommes convaincus que la paix et le changement commencent par tout un chacun de nous. Donc, nous avons notre devise, la paix commence par moi. Raison pour laquelle nous, la jeunesse, nous décidons de mener une vie de service, de servir nos communautés, de servir nos nations et de sauver notre planète à travers les activités que nous allons mener tout à l'heure à partir de 14h GMT. Après avoir réalisé le service dans vos différentes nations, vous pouvez télécharger le format du rapport et envoyer vos rapports accompagnés bien sûr des photos et des vidéos via l'email présent sur la fiche. La date limite de la réception des rapports de projet est donc prévue pour demain, vendredi 13 août à 15h GMT. Il faut noter que les meilleurs services réalisés ce soir seront primés .
Donc, effectivement, ce soir, il y aura des prix. Il y aura assez de prix pour les services de projet. Nous avons des critères de sélection qui sont la créativité, l'impact social, la participation et le temps mis pour faire cette activité. Nous vous attendons vraiment pour cette activité de cet après-midi. Le prix, la récompense est de $300. $300, vraiment, merci beaucoup à IAYSP pour ce prix-là. Nous espérons que tout le monde pourra participer à cet événement de l'après-midi. Préparons nos t-shirts, préparons nos pantalons, préparons nos baskets et nos parfums, le parfum de la paix que nous allons apporter dans toutes nos localités. Merci infiniment, merci beaucoup à chacun d'entre vous. Nous avons aussi des services, donc nos différents services de projet se feront au niveau de la sous-région Nord. Donc, il y aura le Mali, le Burkina Faso, la Côte d'Ivoire, le Niger. Au niveau de la sous-région Ouest, il y aura le projet de service au niveau du Ghana, du Nigeria, Libéria et le Togo. Au niveau de la sous-région centrale, nous aurons le service de projet au niveau du Cameroun, du Congo, du Tchad, du Gabon, Sao Tomé et Principe. Au niveau de la sous-région sud, nous aurons le service de projet au niveau du Malawi, de l'Afrique du Sud. Au niveau de la sous-région est, nous aurons en fin de compte en Ouganda. Nous espérons que toutes les personnes qui sont dans ces différents pays puissent vraiment se joindre à nous pour rendre cet événement avec le plus grand succès possible. Merci beaucoup. Donc, comme j'ai dit, parfumons-nous avec le parfum de la paix et partageons ce parfum dans toutes nos localités. Merci beaucoup et let's go! Eh bien, maintenant, comme nous avons dit let's go, nous savons très probablement que nous avons fait beaucoup la promotion d'une musique, la musique Let's Go Dance. Donc, nous avons fait la promotion dans les TikTok Challenge, le Let's Go Dance pour l'événement du AYA 2021. Eh bien, aujourd'hui, nous avons aussi des prix pour des personnes qui ont fait des vidéos, la vidéo complète de Let's Go Dance. Eh bien, les vidéos sont déjà venues du Kenya, de la Côte d'Ivoire et autres. Et maintenant, nous espérons que vous allez encore envoyer vos vidéos pour toutes les autres nations qui sont encore en retard. La date limite, c'est le 13 août et le prix sera $200. Eh bien, dansez, soyons dans la joie et obtenons des prix. Nous allons montrer maintenant un exemplaire de vidéo Let's Go Dance et aussi nous allons essayer de nous bouger ensemble pendant l'exemplaire de cette vidéo Let's Go Dance. Merci beaucoup et regardons tous la vidéo.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah.
You're ready for this? Recording in progress. 2010. Recording a shout out to the world. I'm calling for your soul. A time to chill, a time to love. Don't mind the haters, we go together. Let's go.
Don't it all alone, but you know we always here for you. Even though you thought it's okay, we gonna wait for you. Go on, get started. Don't act like you don't want it. Let's get together. Come on, everybody, let's go. Some days I don't wanna go. Let's go. Some nights
we feel alone, sometimes we feel afraid, but you and me together, we can do anything. That's alright. Smile and say it's alright. Let's get together. Come on, everybody, let's go. Some days I don't wanna go on. Let's go. Some nights I don't wanna be strong. Let's go. But when I can hear your voice, I can wake up, I can start it.
Now we are one. We're gonna get together now. So put your hands together, let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's rise in love. We are starting now. So put your hands together, let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go, go, go.
On and on and on, we're gonna celebrate. On and on and on, we're gonna party. On and on and on, we're gonna make it.
Everyone, tonight, everything's alright now. Let's go. Now we are one. We gotta get together now. So put your hands together. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's just hear love. Let's start it now. So put your hands together. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go, go, go.
Waouh, quelle magnifique prestation. Merci beaucoup. Je pense que c'est vraiment le départ pour le Let's Go Africa. Comme j'ai vu, il y a un membre de IAYSP qui a écrit Let's Go Africa dans le chat. Je pense que c'est vérifié. Nous devons nous lever, aller de l'avant. Et aujourd'hui, c'est notre journée. Quelle que soit l'action que tu as pu poser, aussi petite qu'elle soit, eh bien, cette action peut être de grandes actions demain, peut être constructive pour des personnes de demain, pour nos enfants, nos futurs. Merci infiniment de vous lever pour que ensemble nous puissions danser, faire de petits gestes, bien sûr. Nous savons que nous ne savons pas tous danser, mais dansons ensemble. Let's go dance.
Cause you feel all alone, but you know we always here for you. Even though you thought it's okay, we gonna wait for you.
Go and get started, don't act like you don't want it. Let's get together, come on everybody, let's go. Some days I don't wanna go on, let's go. Some nights I don't wanna be strong, let's go. But when I can hear your voice, I can wake up, I can start it.
Now we are one.
We're gonna get together now. So put your hands together, let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's try it now. Let's start it now. So put your hands together, let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go. Sometimes we feel alone, sometimes we feel afraid, but you and me together, we can do anything. That's alright. Smile and say it's alright. Let's get together. Come on, everybody, let's go. Some days I don't wanna go on. Let's go. Some nights I don't wanna be strong. Let's go. Africa. I can hear your voice. I can wake up. I can start it. Now we are one. We're gonna get together now. So put your hands together. Let's go.
Now we are one. We gotta get together now. So put your hands together. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's just feel love. Let's fall in love. So put your hands together. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go, go, go.
Merci, merci beaucoup. Merci pour votre joie, pour votre atmosphère, votre passion. Est-ce que la journée s'est agréablement bien terminée? Mais bien sûr, nous nous retrouvons cet après-midi dans chaque localité pour le service de projet. Merci infiniment à nos VIP. Merci au président Koji Matsuda pour sa présence. Merci infiniment au président de IAYSP-África, présidente Madame Mika Amalaman. Merci beaucoup à Monsieur Yaovi Bachassi. Merci pour la présence de toute la jeunesse et on se retrouve l'après-midi. Let's go!
Bye bye.
Merci beaucoup.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, you ready for this? G20 Zone 2010. A shout out to the world, a calling for your soul. A time to chill, a time to love. Don't mind the haters, we go together. Let's go.
All alone, but you know we